President Bongbong Marcos meets with more world leaders on the sidelines of ASEAN summits. Around 50 out of over 100 unclaimed cadavers of believed inmates are up for autopsy. And industry projections show mixed adjustments on the prices of petroleum products next week. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. We begin the newscast tonight with updates on President Bongbong Marcos' participation at the 40th and 41st ASEAN Summits. Reporting live from Cambodia is Mean Los Baños. Mean, good evening. Can you tell us the latest?
Hi Riza, it's another busy day for the President as he meets more fellow leaders at the sidelines of the ASEAN summits. President Marcos Jr. had a brief conversation with Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, where both agreed to deepen the relationship of the two countries. Li said he looks forward to working with the Philippines and other nations in the ASEAN for peace and stability over the South China Sea. On Friday, Marcos Jr. pushed for the finalization of Code of Conduct in the disputed waters. Aside from Li, the chief executive also met with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. They both agreed to further strengthen the partnership between the two governments. In the ASEAN-India Summit, Marcos urged participating countries to work closely with India to ensure better access to medicines and vaccines. The chief executive also got to meet his Korean counterpart, President Yoon Suk-yeol, and Brunei Prime Minister Hassanal Bolkiah in a one-on-one meeting or bilateral meeting. Marcos Jr. has also been invited to the World Economic Forum next year in Davos, Switzerland. Riza, we are awaiting updates on the ASEAN-US Summit, which was held at around 5 p.m. Cambodia time, 6 p.m. Manila time. It was attended by U.S. President Joe Biden, and later tonight there will be a gala dinner for the leaders, which will be hosted by Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen. Riza?
Thank you for that update. That was Mean Los Baños reporting live from Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Meanwhile, Marcos Jr. is also set to visit the United States twice next year. Ambassador Babe Romualdez told the chiefs that the president will attend the Democracy Summit and the APEC Summit hosted by Washington in 2023. He added that Marcos Jr. has instructed them to pack his visits with meetings with business groups.
When we were in New York, his instructions to us was to make sure to pack his schedule with mostly meeting with American businessmen to try to entice them, to listen to them, to be able to start their investment in the Philippines. Now, his two trips here in the United States, the Summit for Democracy, which is being hosted by the White House, and the APEC of next year.
Meanwhile, Romualdez said Vice President Sara Duterte is also expected to visit the U.S. next year to attend several meetings. He hinted at a possible meeting between Duterte and U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yes, there is a plan for the Vice President to come to the United States, and I'm sure the Vice President Harris, will invite the Vice President Sara, both being female Vice Presidents. Will be preparing for her trip also sometime next year.
So in other news, motorists can expect a mixed movement in pump prices next week. Unioil Philippines projects that prices of diesel would go down by up to 45 centavos per liter. At the same time, gasoline prices are expected to increase by up to 45 centavos per liter. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. A mass autopsy is set to be carried out following the discovery of at least 176 unclaimed bodies of inmates. During an inspection at a funeral home in Muntinlupa City, forensic expert Raquel Fortun said only 50 cadavers are suitable for examination as most were already mummified. Fortun will review the documents of the inmates before conducting the autopsy.
Ngayon lang ako nakakuha nung death certificates. I'm going to organize this. And kasi malamang naman dyan may mga natural causes eh. Yung iba merong autopsy. And therefore, let's review. Ano ba yung findings?
The Justice Department, meanwhile, is alarmed on the rising number of deaths inside the New Bilibid prison. DOJ spokesperson Miko Clavano said they are now considering to review the policies within the NBP.
We have to make sure that from the start to the finish, yung healthcare nila, yung prevention, itong mga bagay-bagay, all the way until they are brought here to Eastern Funeral Home, yung paglibing, yung pag-cremate nila, we talked about all of that, no? Kailangan streamline na ho yan.
Meanwhile, Bucor officer in charge, Gregorio Catapang, belies claims that an excavation inside the bureau is meant for a swimming pool. This came after suspended Bucor chief Gerald Bantag claimed that the hole Catapang found is for such. But in an interview with the chiefs, Catapang noted that there is already an existing pool in the director's quarters. The new OIC made the discovery days after thousands of contraband were confiscated from inmates. Catapang took over Bantag's position after the former was tagged in a killing of broadcaster Percy Lapid.
There's no need to put up a swimming pool. At saka hindi naman swimming pool yung tinayos niya eh. Kuweba. Paano ka magtatayo ng swimming pool sa kuweba?
Racing competition Formula One is returning to Las Vegas after decades in a bid to garner more fans in the U.S. Let's watch this.
Formula One and its owner Liberty Media are making their biggest bet to date, going all in on Las Vegas. After 40 years, F1 will return right here to Sin City, racing cars down the strip at 200 miles an hour. Why Vegas? Every major sport seems to be coming here right now, whether it's the NFL, the NHL, the WNBA, or the UFC.
What you've seen is the evolution of a town to really embrace a wider group of travelers and visitors. It's no longer a place where you just go spend the weekend and, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's now a place where you actually want to go. It's a destination. I give them a lot of credit for transforming this town. It wasn't until recently that we at Liberty Media had the opportunity to really take Formula One to the next level in the United States through the explosion of popularity from Netflix, as well as just Americans beginning to embrace the sport more and more. Younger demographic, more female demographic. The timing was absolutely right.
F1's the hottest sport in America right now. Las Vegas will join Miami and Austin as the third US-based Grand Prix. Vegas is tailor-made for this sort of event. There are 150,000 hotel rooms within walking distance of the track. That may mean that Vegas soon becomes one of the most important dates on the F1 calendar.
Now, for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.